Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More, standing outside one of my rental properties. This is rental 14, I think. Correct it in the title if I'm wrong. We are selling this one. So bought this one a few years ago for around 130-ish. And it's probably worth 270-ish now. So need some updating, some refreshing. So we're doing that now. I'm going to show you that progress. And then I'm also going to 1031 exchange it into a new rental property. And I have that one under contract already. So we're kind of on a time crunch to make this work. We just did that a month ago where I sold my first rental property, exchanged it into a new commercial property that I bought for $600,000 and had to get the first one sold before I bought the second one. It was kind of crazy, but we got it done in time. And we're doing the same one with this one as well. So I'm going to show you the property I have under contract too. So it is a unique property with actually multiple houses and commercial buildings on it. Really interesting location, and you'll see that soon. So this house we're currently painting, put in new windows. I'm not going to go back there because they're working. My contractors never like it when I have videos of them. Kitchen we had to redo. It was pretty beat up, pretty rough shape. And I'll show you mostly the basement here. We were thinking about keeping the carpet down here. I have a video of this property right after the tenants moved out, and there were some holes in the walls, some things that were beat up. And the carpet was fairly new, but it was a little messed up. And for as cheap as we can get carpet from Home Depot, we have an extremely affordable carpet installer. I thought it was just best to put all new carpet in. A lot of people always ask me, why are you guys putting carpet? Why don't you do, other types of flooring? You see upstairs, we did do the, vinyl plank flooring in the living room. The bedrooms will have carpet. Almost all basements will have carpet. A lot of that's very specific to the region you're in. So we're in Colorado, as you can see from the snow outside. It's not very warm right now. And if you have tile everywhere or hard flooring everywhere, it can be very cold. So most people do like some carpet, and the basement carpeted, so that's something to think about. Whatever region you're in will determine a lot about what design choices you make. The flooring talks about texture before on the walls, all types of different things. You go to Florida and you see tile everywhere in the entire houses, but they're also in a very humid climate. If you're close to the beach, there's sand everywhere. Totally different than here. All right, you can see this paint. Nikki is on maternity leave, my product manager, so that means I get to pick all kinds of fun stuff. And this is actually the paint, or very close to it, not exact, to what's in my office, the Blue Steel Real Estate office. I, of course, have videos of that on YouTube as well. And so it's very, very light gray with white trim. And I don't know if there's not a whole lot of contrast, but it actually makes the basement feel very bright and light. It felt much darker before. I'm sure part of that too is the carpet is out and the carpet was kind of dark. So this paint is very neutral, which is always good. I really don't mind it. And the other thing that I kind of like, I walked through and did some blue taping, a few spots that need, better texture, patches there. It's really hard to see defects, faults in the paint. So that's something I really like too, because people can't, nitpick your paint, all that stuff. Staging helps with that too. You can also stage a lot of properties. That brings people's attention away from searching for everything that's wrong into feeling how amazing and warm and cozy the house feels. So, hi everyone. Here's the bathroom. Not doing a whole lot of work here. So that's, pretty much the house. 3 more bedrooms upstairs, bathroom. They look pretty much the same as they did in the last video, which I will link to. The plan, like I said, get this one on the market ASAP. I think we have carpet scheduled to go in November 4th. As soon as that's in, we can pretty much get it cleaned and listed. Then we'll try and get it on the market, get it sold before I close on the other rental property, which will be like January 2nd, I think it's scheduled to close, so we're in a very tight time crunch. We priced this aggressively, should be able to do it. use a 1031 exchange, which takes my equity in this property, which is somewhere around $160,000, puts it all into the next property, tax deferred, so I have to pay taxes on that if I use a 1031 exchange, but I have to sell this one before I buy the other one to do a normal 1031 exchange. I can do a reverse 1031 exchange, but then I have to put all the cash, that $160,000 cash up front, and then sell this house, and it costs a lot more money, like $4,000 as opposed to $1,000 or something like that in fees to do the reverse, and a lot more cash into it. So you can do the reverse, but it's a lot better, in my opinion, if you can do the regular 1031 exchange. I have an article and videos that go over all the 1031 rules and intricacies. I'll link to that as well. So that's the plan. So trying to get on this one done quickly, get it sold, buy the new rental. So now I'll show you this beautiful, wonderful new rental property we're buying. Here is the beautiful property that I am doing a 1031 exchange into. That actually is a cool property. It's a 2,500 square foot old commercial building, and it comes with not just one house, but more, and it has about 1.5 acres. There's actually a city road that goes straight through here. If you see these tire tracks, they don't use. However, they'd probably be willing to give that road to the new owner if they develop this site. So the city wants this to be fancy, mixed use, retail, residential, like loft space, which I don't know if that'll ever happen, or if it does, it's going to be a very, very long time from now. However, for the price I'm getting this at, it's listed for $430. I'll tell you what I buy it for once I buy it. It makes money as it sits, and that's with the rents super low on the houses. I think the houses rent for like $600 each, and they're not amazing. We just did our inspection. They do need some work, but they're livable. I've seen much worse, and like I said, there's not just one. There's 2, 3 houses. So they're all, well, some have new roofs, some have new electrical, so there has been some work done. They all have their own water tap, their own sewer tap, and they're on kind of separate parcels. So really we could split them up and sell them if we really wanted to as well. And supposedly the owner is going to get rid of all his junk here. Most of that is his, so hopefully all of that is gone by the time we buy it. And the really cool part, I'll show you here in a second, is the location. Okay, so here's the location directly on a 4-lane highway. So very busy road. There's the property right there. So having 1.5 acres, that's direct highway frontage, is probably worth the price it is going for right now. Maybe even more. But to have the properties on it as well is bonus, and we'll just have to see how long it takes, what I end up doing in the long run on the property. All right, so you can see that second property, the rental property I'm buying, is completely different than anything else I've bought before. I have bought a development property in the past, a 35-acre parcel. I wanted to make a subdivision on it, but it just was too crazy with the water costs, the roads, everything. I just sold it. I made money on it, it was fine, but developing it would just take so much time and hassle and approvals that it wasn't worth it. This one will make me money while I hold it. So the properties rent for like $600 to $650 now, but with a little bit of work, we could fix them up, get at least $1,000 on each house, if not more. Plus that commercial property should rent for at least $1,500 a month, if not more as well. And so at that point, I'm cash flowing pretty decently with the property as it is, and it has some huge development potential in the future. Now, I don't know if I want to be the one doing that development. Who knows what will happen in 5 years, but it's just going to go up in value given enough time on that location. And they're already developing other parts of that highway section. They're tearing down a huge shop, little store area that used to have a grocery store, and redeveloping a massive property about, half a mile away. So it's a cash flow play for now. Eventually maybe a development play. We'll see what happens. But it's got 2 pluses to it. makes money, and might be worth a whole lot of money in the future with some different uses. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you guys like this one. Of course, we appreciate the likes, the comments, subscriptions, all that. Try to answer everybody when they comment, have questions, so look forward to those. And let me know what you think of these deals. Little different than my normal one. Love to hear your thoughts. Thanks a lot.